Afterward, Janiyah gets to the school and screams when she sees her daughter being taken away by Child Protective Services. She begs for mercy and explains that Arya is sick so she needs special medicine, but she's ignored. Janiyah goes on a rant, explaining how she works 2 jobs as she has a breakdown and hears a screeching sound in her ears as if her reality was crumbling. After taking Arya's fallen bag, Janiyah rushes back to work in the rain. She's in such a hurry that she accidentally cuts off Oliver and almost crashes. Oliver yells at her and throws a drink at her car. Janiyah just keeps moving, but Oliver says he'll make her regret it and starts following her. Suddenly he hits her car with his, causing it to slip on the water. Janiyah stops the vehicle before anything happens, but then she can't make it start again. When she gets out of the car to check the engine, she's approached by a police officer, so she tells her about the guy chasing her. However, Oliver turns out to be a cop too, so he threatens Janiyah with finding a way to legally blow her brains out. After the cop sends Oliver away, she asks Janiyah for her documents, which have expired. Janiyah desperately explains she will renew them today after getting paid, but the cop still impounds her car. Janiyah has no choice but to walk back. Richard immediately yells at her because she's wet and took 2 hours instead of 30 minutes, so he ends up firing her. When Janiyah asks for her paycheck, Richard spitefully tells her that fired employees get their checks through the mail and refuses to give it to her even when she points out it's right there on his desk. Then Janiyah goes home and finds all her things getting wet on the street because her landlady has evicted her. Janiyah can only scream in frustration while she tries to pick up her belongings. Minutes later, she's back at the store to tell Richard she isn't leaving without the check. At that moment, a man enters the office and asks her about a product while using her name because he reads it on her name tag. Suddenly he takes out a gun as a second robber appears and they make Robert give them all the money from the safe. They want Janiyah's bag to hide the money in, but she fights back because it is Arya's medicine. After lots of struggle, Janiyah manages to get the guy's gun and shoots him, so the other robber runs away. Robert yells at her and accuses her of setting this up because the robber knew her name, so he calls the police. With her mind stuck in a dizzy blur, Janiyah keeps enduring all of Robert's yelling until she snaps and shoots him too.